I'm happy that so many of you are still around. Thanks for staying strong, everyone. Uh, Coming up, we have a thing that is very important to me personally. We have a Japanese runner here, Dosufura, who will be running all heads and glitches, a category that we haven't seen yet. I'll be talking to him in a second here. I hope you enjoy his run of this different category. So yeah. Hi Dofu, can you hear me?
Oh, hi.
Nice. Hope you're audible to the chat as well now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have to turn on the mic on OBS, right?
No, you don't. That's just fine how it is. It's good.
Okay.
Right. Okay. You can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. So, hello, I'm Dosufura. I usually run Ln1 and 2 on console. This time I wanna run all hats and glitches category. So, let's get started.
Really looking forward to this. So to touch a little bit on the difference of this category to the others. So in this game, there is basically collectible items, which is the glitching remains and the hats that you can collect. And we will see Dosu actually collecting all of these because that's the goal of the category. So this requires some different routing because different rooms are necessary to get to the glitching remains and also to get all the hats that can be hidden in some tricky places sometimes.
We have 8 hats and 14 glitches remains. So I should try hard not to forget those.
I think Dosu actually did a little event himself with some other Japanese runners earlier today. I think you showcased this category there as well, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, yesterday I did same category, but I missed 2 glitches. So
Hopefully you remember everything now. Is Dosu on current patch? I think you are on 1.0, right? Game
yes.
version? Yeah. Now I actually need to think about if I remember all the positions of everything. I don't think I do. Yeah, you can actually downpatch the game on Switch if you have a physical copy of the game.
I'm not sure about the down patches.
Oh, you just never updated the game?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So this is the first glitching remain that you can actually get in this run. It's a little hidden cave to the right of this bridge where you just need to get down. And how the glitching remains work is basically just you just grab them and they disappear, and that will count as collected. Nice one. So yeah, as we talked about earlier a little bit, we touched on loading time differences. So on console, we have all the different consoles and generations that are out there on the market, because I think Little Nightmares 2 is basically available for all the consoles on the market. And Switch, so the Nintendo Switch is the console that will have the longest loading times across all of those consoles. And still, those who manage to get world record in both Little Nightmares 1 and Little Nightmares 2 any percent categories. So yeah, he's basically the best console runner that we have currently on both games. I think we'll see those loading times, even though they did a great job on Little Nightmares 2 to even get Switch loading times a lot lower than the Little Nightmares 1 loading times on Switch.
Almost the same as PS4 or
Which is-
Xbox Series.
Which is pretty good, to be honest. Because
Yeah.
it's a major difference in hardware. The little thing on the bottom is a picture that Dosu has on the layout. Just appears sometimes. So I think in the wilderness it will be 2 heads and 4 glitching remains, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong though.
Maybe correct. On live split, G represents the glitches and H
Okay.
represents the huts. So you can count.
Okay. That's a pretty smart way of doing it. I always put like numbers in brackets, but then I forget which numbers count towards which collectible item. So this is actually the first set of the game that you get. It's this hunter's hat, and now the game tells you that you can actually equip those hats. We've seen some different hats run by different runners. We have seen the tin can hat run by Simon. I think Lil Too Good ran Thin Man hat, probably. I don't actually know which hat Z ran. But basically the hats themselves don't really make a difference. The only difference that you can make out is probably that some hats have different sounds for the calls. I know that the tin can hat sounds different. It's kind of a trademark of the different runners using different hats. I like that a lot. Close one.
I'm not good at this skip.
It's a very difficult one on controller, I think.
Yeah.
Mythic uses the ball hat, Blackspot uses detective's cap. Yeah, I think it's a nice personal touch of all the runners.
Finally.
I mean, the person that found this skip, Ben, actually struggled with it earlier today as well, so they were also running on console, so it's fair.
Last time I missed this glitch.
Yeah, in the toilet, yeah. It's a little bit hidden.
Yeah.
Some of them are well hidden. I think even in the wilderness, I think they are actually hidden pretty good. There are some very hard spots to find.
I tell you about the good point of this category. You don't need to try hunter skip.
Because you actually have to get hats in the area that you would normally skip. So
Yeah.
that's why the skip is not used in this category. It's a nice little thing. But I think hospital skip is still used, right? Fuse two.
I will normal way. So
Yeah. My first playthrough, I missed all of them in this level. Yeah, I think they are pretty well hidden. You have to really search for them to find them. These secret entrances into these secret caves are hard to find. Also, there's one that I always missed in school. This is a tight one. Yes. Good job. So I think delay might be a bit bigger than former runners because of the distance actually. I think it actually makes a difference here. But that's fine, I guess. So I think right about here, Dosu will actually be picking up the second hat. We picked up the beaver's hat first, and now he will be picking up the, I think it's the yellow raincoat cap, which is actually hidden in one of these cages hanging in the background. So there you can see it, in that cage to the left there. So you actually have to get to the cage. You have to make the cage drop, and then you can get the cap. Pretty neat thing. It's like hidden in plain sight. Also quite missable, I think, but yeah. So this is the hunter chase sequence that we got to see a little bit in the last one, and that we get to see here again. Because yeah, you actually need to do it with those hats here. Now we'll come to this little sequence of going through the water again, which just shows that the developers didn't really expect you to risk just going for it. because the hunter doesn't react to you most of the time, even though you're clearly visible to him. But I think it's fair to assume that casual players would not just run through there without hiding. Now actually the game tries to make the hunter catch up again, that's why it gives the hunter extra movement speed, which ends up in him running like that, which is, I find funny, because it just looks a bit weird.
Nice.
This one. Great job. This was actually the perfect way of doing it. Only getting one shot there. Skipping the second shot that the hunter normally does about when we reach the second box. Now we'll go to the beach and the door sequence, so riding the door over the ocean, or the body of water. We don't really know if it's an ocean or anything. Is it actually still faster to reload checkpoint on Switch? Or does it lose too much time?
Yeah, I'll restart.
Because Ln, in Ln1 it would probably not save time because loadings are so much longer than Ln2 loads. I don't know what they did, but
Yeah.
they did a really good job on keeping loading times low even on the Switch. Maybe it's just experience with how it works. But so far it was a really good pace. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So that was 2 hats, and I believe it was 4 glitches, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So onto the school. The school actually has some tricky hiding spots, because, well, a little spoiler, but one of the glitches will be hidden in a locker, but all the lockers basically look the same, so you have to really spot the minor difference that one locker has, because it has a slight giveaway that this is actually the locker that you're looking for. But it's a very tiny difference. Hard to spot. But so far this is a really good run on really good pace.
A TV skip is very hard for me, but yeah, it was nice.
Good job, yeah. It's a pretty precise setup, and I think it benefits. It's one of the skips that benefit from having a keyboard to have more consistent inputs. Because basically how the game works, or it might be, I know that for Little Nightmares 1 I'm not sure if Little Nightmares 2 works the same, but basically what happens when the camera tilts is that control directions actually change as well. So going into certain directions will not always stay the same, but when the camera changes you will actually go in a different direction even though you're putting in the same direction as before, if that made any sense. So now actually on this front yard of the school, there's actually one glitch and one hat. And the glitch is actually quite far out of the way because you have to go all the way to the background to find the glitch hiding there by the trash can. Which, yeah, it's quite far out of the way we normally take in speedruns. And then the hat is just here in plain sight again. It's just a ball. It's basically a ball that you could put on your hat. Quite a funny hat. I think there are some great hats in this game. If I understood correctly, Mythic is running this hat, the ball. So now it will be back to usual for a bit. Grabbing the book, hitting the picture of the teacher. You reset from checkpoint here to have 6 right with you, to then be able to go through the trapdoor faster. Because not having 6, or not resetting from checkpoint requires 6 to actually go through the hole and everything, which just takes longer than resetting from checkpoint and having her with you right away. Alright. Trying to think if I can figure out where the next glitch or the next hat is, but I think it might actually already be the one in the hidden locker, but I might be wrong. Oh, it is, yeah. So this is the hidden locker that I was talking about. I think it's really hard to find because it looks pretty similar to all the other lockers that you have.
Ah. Missed it.
For personally think this is a very hard skip to do. Oh, that's very unlucky. Nice one. Good backup. Good job.
Yeah, I made it without restarting.
Good job. So if you actually know what you're doing, you can actually save that situation. For me, if the first setup doesn't work, it's just panic. This is looking really, really good. You're on really, really good pace here.
Yeah. I'm not good at this skip, so I take safe strat.
Yeah, it's... Going safe sometimes is the faster way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
So yeah, you saw other runners taking different routes here, going out of bounds for a little bit, or like semi out of bounds. But you actually need to, if I remember correctly, you actually need to get ahead here, so that's why
yeah.
In this category you have to do it the normal or the intended way. Because there is the, I think it's the tin can hat, yeah, that is hidden there. Now the next thing coming up is another glitching remains, I think.
Yes.
And that one is also hidden a little bit out of the way, so you have to take quite the detour to get there.
This is my own strat. You wait 3 steps, and then you start sprinting. Maybe 1 second slower than Simon's strat, but for me this is very consistent.
Makes a lot of sense, yeah. I'd also like to take this chance to give a quick shout out to our Japanese community, because we have had some growth in the Japanese community, and I'm really fond of the Japanese runners in our community. So I think Dosu also does a great job of representing the Japanese community here. So thanks a lot, Dosu.
Thank you. I'm very happy to see Japanese people running Ln2 and 2.
Yeah, it's a great, and also I think there were a lot of Japanese runners starting to run in the last few weeks or month.
Yeah,
Which is always great to see.
I think Luik started running like 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he got 3 on third place on SRC. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. You have some
what a
really talented
potential
people,
runner.
yeah. You have some really
Yeah.
talented people there. Oh, close one.
And Dynamics got world record on Ln2
Yeah.
current patch. Yeah, which is great. And he is a kind of researcher because he does plenty of time doing Hunter Skip on Switch and PS4.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the first
and
people to actually get the skip on to a certain degree of consistency on console.
yeah, and Cafeteria Skip as well.
Which is just, yeah, cafeteria skip is so hard, I think.
Yeah,
Also a hidden room here that we normally don't get to see, that because it just basically only has the glitching remain in it.
perhaps you can't do Cafeteria Skip on Switch due to the low FPS.
Oh, that could be true, yeah. Because it seems that the same thing goes for Hunter Skip.
Yeah,
I think it's actually required to have a certain amount of FPS to do that skip. Oh, that went far. So this is the quote-unquote intended way of doing this. Getting the head of the one bully to go through here, kind of hiding beneath them.
so here comes just skip. I don't like this skip, but yeah. Yeah, nice.
Nice one. Good job. Oh. Oh, you found it. Why does this skip work? I think what the game thinks is that so the jar that you need is up there. So maybe it's a safety so that when the jar drops that you and breaks that you actually still have something to continue the game with and don't get soft locked. But I might be completely wrong about this, and it might just be some weird code that just works in some weird way. All I can really say is that it works. That was a pretty fast biology room. I don't actually understand all the ins and outs of the coding of this game, because there's some stuff that is just too weird to really comprehend what is going on. But
Yeah.
so close. So yeah, this category is actually very... There's only like one run on each of the versions, and each like PC and console each have one run for like 1.0 and current patch. So I think this category needs a lot more love from the community. There should be more runners doing this category. It seems these collectible categories are easily overlooked. Nice. Sadly lost a little bit of time there. Was looking really good before. But I think you still have some time save in the later stages of the game, right? Not see any majorly exciting or excitingly different from the normal route for a little while here. This is just mostly get through this part of the game until we actually reach the next glitching remain.
I don't know why I miss it.
Oh, that was very close.
Yeah. So I take safe strat.
Oh, unlucky.
Messed up. Unlucky.
Yeah. Oh, 6 went into the animation. Rip. The reason why speedrunners don't really like 6 in this game. She just slows you down by a lot.
Yeah.
Really elaborates on her character, like story-wise, but for speedrunning it's difficult because it loses time.
And you can't do this skip on Switch.
No, the buffering inputs doesn't seem to work as it does on computer. So this is actually the way you are intended to do this. So yeah, business as usual for this part of the game. And then the next glitching remain will be hidden in the next section. But first we have to escape the teacher. Now I think this one might be one of the more obvious ones. You still have to go a little bit out of your way. But teacher built different, yeah. Very, very long neck. Still don't know how long that actually is. It's terrifying. I actually misremembered where the glitch was. I thought it was in a different spot. Good that I'm not running this category. Yeah, but this one is just here. It's actually quite an obvious one.
Sometimes miss this one.
It was pretty accurate. Nice one. again resetting from checkpoint to get 6 with you. This run is a lot of resetting from checkpoint, so 6 can actually catch up. So that was the school chapter. Now we'll be going into hospital. Half the skips of this game are because 6 is slow. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think most of them were actually found with the intention of not using 6 or not having to wait for 6. And in a lot of cases, the speedrunners found a way of getting around that. I think it's just great. So now there will be another glitching remain. And then I think we'll see our next hat.
Yep.
Which will be the teddy bear hat. I think that's a great one. I think I would run that hat if I would run this game. I think I like it a lot. I like how 6 is just slowly walking towards you while the elevator is dropping down. She's just like, yeah, I'ma just come over here. She's very calm for certain doom being so close. Now hiding glitching remains and the darkness begins. Because this one is just hidden back here. Which is a very... You have to actually get close to them for them to actually spawn. So that you can't see them from a distance. So, tricky to find these. Because the whole area is pretty dark. So here we go, hospital TV again. And then we go for another head.
To quit the game, just restart from the checkpoint.
So yeah, a good part about this is that the restart from checkpoint actually saves a little bit of time, because it gives you I think at least, because the get up animation is a little bit faster than the whole animation.
I can't grab the hats. I don't know why,
Oh, what?
but sometimes happen.
That's weird. I've never seen that before. It didn't have any collision. What is going on here? That's the first time for me seeing that. Oh, now it works. Okay, good. That's strange.
Yeah. Getting this key, you call 6 and you can hold the 6 hand, and it saves a tiny amount of time, like 1 second or 1 or 2 seconds.
Always the little 6 optimizations. Also another occasion of the force being used in Little Nightmares, where you just run 1 meter in front of 6 and still grab her hand. We still get to see this part of the game again for a last time for this event. Because there are some glitches hidden here that you need to get. Very stressful part of the game, casually, where the hand is just chasing you. I think they did a great job on like creating enemies that actually like pose a threat to you. But that also makes the game a little bit more difficult than the first one, casually as well. At least that's how I feel. I think it's still not a really hard game, but I think it's a bit harder than the first game. That was a very unlucky position for the fuse to be in. But more glitching remains need to be hacked here. Six just playing with the hand, not being useful, just sitting around. I guess that's what we know from her. So now these glitching remains in the left wing of the hospital, I think, are actually again quite well hidden. So yeah, they really took some time to think about good hiding spots for these.
Let me see.
Leave already?
You can just get in the next room without dodging the mannequin. But yeah, I'm messed up.
Seems pretty tight.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, so one of the glitching remains will be hidden here. I think it's another very hard spot to get, because first you have to spot the hole in the bars, because it's hidden behind the door normally like this, and then you have to actually find the right way to get the glitching remains there.
I think this area is hardest spot on this game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's very lucky that any percent can skip it normally.
Yeah.
Another quite hidden spot here. This vent entrance leading to the room with the hidden remain there. The thing with that we can do for Little Nightmares 1, where we do all gnomes and statues, a lot is resetting from checkpoint after you get something that is quite out of your way. That works here too.
But you can't do on
Almost.
Switch.
No, not really, because that would lose some time on Switch.
Yeah.
On Little Nightmares 1, because it's loading really, really slow.
Takes unlucky. Takes 20 seconds each load.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
So getting a good time on Switch is even more impressive.
I lost 1 minute.
Yeah. Got unlucky on the mannequins quite often. So one more head coming up, and then that will be it for this chapter. I think this might be the bandage head, right? Don't really remember.
Nice.
Nice one. Good double hit. Yeah, as I touched on earlier, getting the double hit there makes the second hand spawn faster, which just makes the entire fight faster by a lot. Good job. So doing this Dr. Bait strategy to get the cube here, to just skip going slowly under the bats, waiting for the doctor to go into the right spots, which makes this whole section a lot faster. It's a bit risky because the doctor can catch up here, and if he does too early, he will actually grab you, but he does if in the right spot he will actually break like this, and you can just leave. Pretty good.
Yep.
Good one there.
Giant grab.
The game is being weird. Really strange. Now it works. Can't really tell why it didn't work before, but I guess. So that's actually a hatch back there. Couldn't really see because the door was in the way, but yeah, another very hidden thing that you have to figure out where it is. I actually completely forgot that that was there. I would have completely missed it.
I don't know why, but save time, which is good.
Nice, yeah, true. It's about 30 seconds actually. Quite a lot. So now hospital finish will not have any more collectibles. but then in Pale City we will have some more. You just realized you didn't follow. Well, hopefully you followed now. Yes, you did. Yeah, the stream went a lot better than I anticipated it to go. Very thankful for all the positive feedback and the people enjoying it. Are we getting some more weird doctor stuff happening? Oh, we do. Sometimes, I don't really understand why, but sometimes they actually grab you there for some unknown reason. Or at least it's unknown to me. If someone knows why that happens, enlighten me. Because I don't understand why it sometimes happens and sometimes it doesn't.
Why? I don't know why.
What is happening? The game is being really weird again. Nice one. Oh, what? He aggroed immediately. What is happening? I've not seen this yet. That's so weird.
What was wrong?
Nobody knows.
I
It's really
have
weird.
no idea.
No, me neither. I have no idea. I don't understand. Maybe now? Hopefully? At least this time it worked. Whew. That was weird. Really, really weird. I mean, if someone understands why that's happening, feel free to tell us, because I'm clueless. So that lost some time, because the doctor was being very weird there. Now we can move on to leave the hospital.
Game dislikes me.
Yeah, it seems so. Maybe you're too fast for them.
Originally, my today's goal was to beat my PB, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, you got trolled by the doctor quite a lot, so
Yeah.
I think we have to thank him for that. Looked to be pretty good pace before that. PB currently is 144.58.
Yeah.
At least that's the official PB. I don't know if you got a faster time without submitting it. It's another very hidden glitching remains that I would have completely forgotten about.
Timer says 142,
Oh, okay.
which was yesterday's.
The run where you missed 2 glitching remains.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's 144 or something. I'm sorry. It's getting late here. I'm getting a bit tired. I think there's actually an homage to the first game in this chapter, where you can find a statue of the lady in one hidden room here. So for everyone that doesn't know Little Nightmares 1, the collectible items in Little Nightmares 1 are the little gnomes that you can hug and the statues that you can break. Statues of the lady. And I think one of the statues of the lady is here in Little Nightmares 2. So yet another hidden room behind the box. Seems that the developers really like this, hiding rooms behind boxes. I'm so looking forward to seeing that video. of yours, Mythic?
Oh, I made it. Let's try.
Oh, nice one. Good job. That's a pretty precise jump there to get the checkpoint on the other side, which you can just reset off then. For some reason, getting far enough to the right now, slamming your head hard enough into the barrier actually gives you the checkpoint there.
And here is the door skip, which I found. Very easy one. Just get in.
I think this is a Switch exclusive thing actually, because the game doesn't load in fast enough.
Okay.
Mythic just asked if you keep the flashlight with that skip that you just performed.
Flashlight will be broken.
Okay. So I guess
So
that still requires this rubble wake up skip. Guess that makes sense.
I should try double wake up skip.
I think it's a pretty precise skip as well.
Actually, I didn't understand what the skip. The skip.
I don't really know either. So I guess it's some way of skipping the wake up animation and also getting around losing the flashlight for some reason. Using some geometry in the back to actually get down there. So you get to see another hat here. I think I know one thing, or where one thing is hidden here, but I might not know the other thing, because I think this one has a glitch and a hat. I don't know what of the two I know, but I should know one of the two positions. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I think these categories, both in Ln1 and 2, Ln2, all heads and glitching remains, and in Ln1 all gnomes and statues should get more love and more runners. Though all hits and glitching remains definitely need more runners because it's only like 3 or 4 people, and they are all in different subcategories with like different consoles or different versions of the game. So I really think that there should be more people running it. Even though I'm not quite sure if game versions actually make a huge difference on how this categories plays out. There might be some skips that are still used that are not possible on current patch.
I recommend this category to people who are tired of Hunter skip.
Yeah. Nice. Detective's hat. I think there's still some optimization that can be done with these categories, but there has been really quiet around them for a long time. Haven't been any new runs in month. So yeah, this was the room I was referring to earlier, where there's a statue of the lady right left of the glitching remain right there. Which is, yeah, an homage paid to the first game. Nice little detail. Like that a lot. And stuff that we don't normally get to see in the normal categories because of, well, just skipping through it basically. So yeah, this being the quote-unquote intended way of doing it, still pretty fast. And we saw balcony skip can be really hard. So going for this strat might be safer and faster a lot of the times than actually going for balcony skip, because I think you need to get it first try to make it actually faster.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen that before. I thought as soon as the other TV, the second TV is on, they actually just go there without noticing you. I might be wrong though, obviously. As soon as the viewer starts running, it's safe. Also a close one. So now there's the next hat, which is I think it's the Postman's hat. Might actually be a Thin Man hat as well. I'm not sure. It would make sense that Thin Man hat would be in the last chapter somewhere, but I can't remember.
Game dislikes me.
Yeah. Game has been harsh to a lot of runners today.
Game crashed.
Ooh. A lot of stuff happening today. Yeah, that's an F in chat. Definitely.
It's for the first time for me. Yeah.
And it happens in the marathon. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Sometimes crashes on the first chapter, but here is the for the first time.
Strange.
Yeah.
Really strange things happening. That took some time now. So there will be... I think the hat is in here now, very soon. I think it's just to the left here. Might be wrong though. Oh, I am wrong. I know
in
it's in the
the
room with the card, right?
card skip.
Ah, yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
Right. Nice one. Yeah, it's up there. So there is a hat hidden here, so this was actually required to get the shopping cart here now. To get that hat. Because it's up here on the bookshelves. It will be the postman's hat now, because this is the post office. resetting from set checkpoints, so the card resets to its original position. To then be able to do card skip as normal.
We can try.
Nice one, good job. They work very weirdly. They just ignore you most of the time. But then all of a sudden they start to care. Can use it. No. So now it's one more time. It's time for Thin Man fight soon. But first you have to get out this little section, which, as we heard earlier, is actually quite tight. If you don't make some timings here, you can actually die here. Which makes the game a little bit harder.
IDEX safe struct.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't have confidence right now.
Yeah, the game was pretty harsh on you.
Yeah.
The game has been harsh on everyone, yeah, that's true. It's a very rough day, it seems. The game doesn't really like a lot of people here. thin man fight for the second to last time for this marathon. That last split was actually close to 30 seconds of time save. So really, really good split there. There, welcome to the stream. So now we're just finishing up the second to last chapter. Afterwards, we'll be looking on the last race of the day, or of the marathon, because it's not the same day anymore, I guess. At least for me, it's not.
Why is this a goal split?
Looked pretty fast. So another gold split. Congratulations.
I don't know why, but
we take those. It's a free gold split. We don't complain.
yeah, that's right.
There's still some people in the chat alive. Even this late into the marathon. We're closing in on the 8 hours. Some energy in the chat for the last few minutes of this run.
I took the new strat, but it is a little confusing.
Yeah, because you take the wrong door first. Which
Yeah.
seems a bit counterintuitive, but it's actually faster. This stream is gonna reach the 9 hours by the end of it. It'll be more than 9 hours actually. Because we still have one more race to go. But thanks.
Oh.
Ah. Game really likes to take sacrifices today.
Okay, finally. Really?
It's always that jump, yeah. It took some... took multiple runners today, I think. Rip. It took Z. It might have taken Ben as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, game was really cruel to you today, Z. But it was also very cruel to Dosu right now. Doctor really didn't want Dosu to get fast.
I hope I absorbed all bad luck. So, hope good luck with next runners.
Yeah. A lot of unlucky runs today. Guess I just cursed everyone with the marathon. Send some love your way. Except for Sai, yeah, I guess. Sai took everyone's luck. Yeah, it seems like it. The ball was not saved. Rip. I don't need luck, I'm a machine. At this point, I'm willing to believe that. We'll see if tiredness can take you down some. So far, last split is going pretty well. I hope I didn't jinx it now, but maybe I did. If so, that's on me. Alright. Closing in on the end here. Just the last few steps. And then Dosu will have completed his run. Then we get to check if all hats and all glitches have been collected. I'm pretty confident that everything was collected this run though. As far as I could tell, there was nothing missing.
Yeah, I think I have collected all of them.
I think so too.
Yep. Gold split again.
Another one. Nice. Congratulations. So, as always, we're a bit behind. But that's time with a 1:47:44 on my timer. I might be a bit off, but I think that's... Yeah, you are on a 1:47:38. So, huge GGs and some love to Dofu. Dofu, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure to have you on. And I'm so happy that you, as a representative of the Japanese community, could make it. So, any last words from you?
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed very much this run. And I'll watch next run, so hope good luck, MBZ and Simon. And thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you, Dofu. Alright, we'll have a very quick break, I think. I hope that setup time for the next race won't be that long, so that we can return in just a minute. Huge GGs and love to Dofu, and yeah, see you after the short break.